are listening to WHOA Podcast, coming to you from Gainesville, Florida. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the WHOA GNV Podcast, the podcast bringing you businesses and individuals that make you go, whoa! Woo!
That was fire, dude.
Jen's
You
ready.
nailed it, yeah.
Jen's all like, I'm really nervous. And then she just throws out that, woo! I like it. Well, I might as well just go ahead and introduce our guest.
should.
Forget you. I'm just kidding. You guys, today we have very good friends of mine, and one is a team member here at New Scooters for Less, but they both own an incredible business. We have Jenn and Shane of the Cookie Cache, you guys. I can't even tell you how excited I am for this. Are you guys ready for this?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Are you sure?
Let's do it.
Absolutely.
All right, cool. You guys, well, first, go ahead. Let's lift up these cookies. Show them to that camera right there. Yeah, we're gonna get this because you guys check. I mean, one can let me see it.
This is quite literally the whoa right here.
Is this too close, James? You got this? Is that good? Look at that. That cookie has my face on it. This is the first cookie I've ever seen with my face on it. We got a podcast cookie. We got a repaint the wall cookie. We got a New Scooters for Less cookie. This is some serious stuff, you guys. Yeah, this is. I mean, I don't even know they can be considered cookies as much as they are artwork.
Yeah.
I mean, they are literally artwork. Those are incredible. And the thing about the Cookie Cache too is, I'm just gonna go ahead and talk you guys up. Is okay, I've had cookies that look like that, but they usually taste
like
terrible. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. These taste amazing. You know, and so I don't know how you guys do it, but it's incredible. And the fact that my face is on a cookie just means the world to me.
Not quite a magazine yet, Colin, but you made it to a cookie.
I'm gonna eat my face later. Literally,
Not a whole lot of people can say that, man.
that's what's going to happen. So, well, I'm super excited that you guys are here. Before we dive too far, get too deep in the show, I'm going to check over here with Mike and see what's going on. Yeah, Scooter Roll. So that was what I was saying, is that Shane, we call him Shaner at the shop.
Shaner, yeah.
Shaner with an R. I was very confused when I saw Shane on the paper this morning.
Who's that?
Is one of our service writers here.
He is our service writer.
Shaner, so how long ago was that when you started working here?
I started August 8th.
We threw him right into the
August
fire.
8th.
Yeah.
It would actually been August 9th because August 8th was the meeting. So.
Yeah, you guys,
Right.
Anybody who's listening, you literally have no idea how incredible that is, that somebody starts on August 8th and survives and stays this long, because August is just insane.
Yeah, it was.
I have a fear of hiring people in August because I just know that they're going to quit a week later.
Right.
Because they're just like, you people are freaking crazy.
I'm pretty sure in the interview it was like, so how do you handle stress? And then he answered, and I was like, well, how do you handle chaos? And then he answered, and I was like, when things get really crazy and confrontational, how do you handle that? It's like question after question.
So the answer was good, or what?
Yeah,
He's still here. He's still here, so obviously he did it pretty well.
Yeah. And you do a great job at the scooter shop, man. So
Thanks,
I appreciate it. It's amazing to me that somebody can go work and do all this craziness and then go home and bake cookies and I mean, I'm excited to get into the Cookie Cache story because, one, I know you guys are killing it, and it's, every time I always refer you guys, but now I find myself doing it with this huge heads up of be like, oh, but if you want cookies, you need to place an order 4 weeks in advance.
Seriously.
Just to
Definitely.
make sure that you get them because they're so busy.
Awesome.
So it's cool. But anyway, before we dive too deep in their story, Mike, is there anything going on in our world? This is July 8th.
Today is July 8th.
We're talking before the show how confusing it is because we record so far in advance. Today is actually what, Mike?
Today is actually June 4th.
But
it's July
going out
8th.
on July 8th.
So summer B classes started this week, July 4th weekend.
Yeah, Independence Day. It was awesome.
It was great. I went to where am I going? And it was awesome. It's July, so for us it means it's go time. Usually July 4th is our last break. It's our last time to kind of do any vacation, spend time with family before. Once we get past that weekend, it's definitely go time. It's time to pull all the strings to get ready for back to school chaos. So that's what's coming up on our horizon. Or if you're listening, that's what's today.
How many new people are going through August that haven't gone through August before?
Oh gosh.
And how are you adequately preparing them for that madness?
Actually, pretty much everybody's been here. There's only
and if you're listening for the first time, we own a scooter dealership called New Scooters.
Because New Scooters for Less. We make transportation fun. At 3. I think only 3 people are brand new. Because so we had a couple people start right at the beginning of back to school. Shaner was one of them. So they're actually like, this is your first June and July.
Right, yeah.
But once you get to August, you've kind of seen every month. And that's true for most of our employees. We've got a couple that have only been here with us for like 3 months or less, but not many. So they've all at least seen one. The ones that haven't, I think they've heard about this mystical, crazy month, and they're like, yeah, I mean, how bad could it be? And they'll find out.
Yeah. And I mean, July is like inventory month, so you have everything coming in
A lot
really
of
for
receiving.
August.
So yeah, we to receive all the inventory we need to sell, or that we're gonna sell in August, which is our busiest month of the year. All that planning has to be done really in March. July is when we receive it. So starting in a couple weeks, we're gonna start receiving much of our inventory that's going to be coming in August for sales. And so it's a lot of planning for space, a lot of forklifting, a lot of making room, a lot of organizing. That way, as soon as that stuff comes, it just gets effortlessly put in, which is my job as a forklift ninja. But I've done many of these.
The CEO, the forklift
guy. The only one here that I think can flip a dime onto the fork still.
Dude, do me a favor. Hand me one of those brownies over there.
Oh, hell yeah.
So they also brought brownies, but I'm going to go ahead and just eat one of these now because I just know they're so good and they just look so good.
I'm not even kidding because they're on the podcast this morning, but whenever I first had these brownies, I said that's the best brownie I've ever had in my life and I'll ever have in my life. Like, I was blown away when I first had those brownies.
They're gluten-free too, which makes them even better.
Yeah. I mean, they're ridiculously amazing.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
So I will have plenty later.
I try and bring a dozen brownies everywhere I go, It's like,
set the bar high.
That's why you're a winner.
Right. How's the brownie, Colin?
It's amazing.
Right.
You're going to have to take over the show while I eat.
All right. So Jen has a background. Oh, no, I'm just freaking. No, we do get some questions. It's funny because I do know Jenn and Shaner a little bit, and I was really excited to come in and read these sheets that the Repaint team provides for us because I was like, what am I actually going to learn by reading this that I don't actually know from being friends? So I had no idea that you worked in insurance.
Yeah, 10 years.
So what exactly did you do?
I started out in non-standard insurance, so selling car insurance to people.
That already sounds like an insurance term. Like, I don't even know what that means. What is standard insurance?
I insured people who had terrible driving records, bad credit, poor payment history. Did I say bad driving records?
Yeah.
Yeah, bad driving records and bad driving records. Yeah, so we, charged them an exorbitant amount of insurance to insure them because they were super high risk and they never paid their bills on time, and so that they'd keep coming back and rewriting, and it was not fun.
I was gonna say, it sounds riveting.
That's where I started out at. I actually ended up going into more of like a commercial lines for a while, and then I did like homeowners and business insurance and stuff like that. Kind of bounced around a little between a few companies.
And you've been always in Gainesville, or?
No, I went to high school and college in Virginia. I was born in New York, raised in Florida, like elementary, middle school. I've been all over the East Coast.
Okay. And then Shaner, you did IT at UF, right?
Yeah, almost 11 years, like 1 month shy of 11 years.
So you guys will,
Hold on. How have you not fixed every problem at New Scooters for Less from an IT standpoint?
You haven't had any.
He was keeping that secret until right now. I knew about it.
You did?
Yeah.
I'm retired, man. I don't go there anymore. I fix the printers when they mess up.
Yeah.
Listen, at New Scooters for Less, we wear multiple hats. I don't know if you've heard this. You are now the official IT guy.
All right.
All you have to do is tell him there's a problem. It's called tech proximity. He just walks near the problem, and it automatically. I can't even tell you how many times that's happened.
Yeah.
Oh
It's a gift, really.
It is.
I mean, they would tell you that I do that here too. Jen's nodding her head. Yeah, she's
Lay your hands upon the keyboard.
Right.
It's all good.
You are healed.
I mean, it was like that with me for scooters for a long time. Remember, customers would show up and be like, "My scooter's not working." I'd go outside and start it right up. They'd be like, "Oh my God, I swear I haven't been starting for 2 weeks, and you just touch it and it starts." I'm like, "Scooter hand right here. Lay it on the scooter." So, well, guys, let's get into the story a little bit, right? Let's talk about when the cookie cash came to be, where an idea became a reality, and you have this incredible business. and then we're gonna tear into all the details. So, I mean, when did this come to be? Like,
2016 was when we really gave it like its first gung-ho try.
this was just passion, side hustle, what? Like,
Well, I had been doing cakes since like 2010. I had, twins, and it was expensive to get 2 different types of cakes for them, and I didn't really want to pay anybody to do it, and figured I could do it myself. And so that's how I kind of started getting into cakes. And then I had a couple of disasters with those, either, driving to go deliver them and they sliced through their dowel rods. I had a airbrush machine explode on me and send literally blue dye through my entire house because I was doing the airbrush right next to the AC return vent. And so when the air bubble popped and all the blue air went into the return, it spread blue dust through my house. I delivered a cake literally with blue nostrils.
Oh my God.
From this. And so a couple of those mishaps, and I was like, I'm not doing cakes anymore. I'd been seeing, cookies. I'm like, oh man, God, those look so much easier to do and deliver. And I tried a few and they were okay. And I did a few orders, and they were all right. And then I stopped doing them for a while, went back to insurance for a while. And then when Shane and I met in 2015, we, kind of realized we both really loved baking and cooking and feeding people and making people happy with our food. And so we were talking about how much we hated the 9-to-5 grind, and we're like, let's just make this.
Give it a shot.
Let's just make this what we do.
So how did you meet? I mean, if that's
because this is like the couple. This is like the couples.
Yeah, July is
month.
couples.
July is couples month.
Yeah.
So all the episodes in July are gonna be
It's,
couples that work together, and so we gotta get. We gotta get into the.
You can only tell the really good version. That's all.
You tell them the really good version.
I had a friend in high school. She was with, and I went to his album release party, and I was very tipsy and shook her hand. And it was one of those situations to where it was kind of like, you kind of feel everything change like immediately. And so I was like, there's absolutely something there. And it was kind of like started off like talking as friends and found out we had a lot in common. I was married at the time and ended up breaking her heart to fulfill mine.
So Jen, how did you really meet?
Well, we met through a mutual person that I happened to be dating. And my relationship was going nowhere at all. And there was just a huge connection with Shane when I met him. And we shared a lot of the same passions. We had a lot of the same life goals, a lot of the same, wants and needs and desires. And it just, like you said, it started out as just simple conversation. And we realized that we were just kind of meant for each other. And so we took the steps necessary to, let it, and we broke up. Everybody is friends.
Amicably as possible.
Amicably. Mm-hmm. Yep. Everybody was cool with it. My partner was kind of in the same boat. Like, he was realizing, things weren't really going anywhere. Just kind of.
So basically,
let's bake cookies.
Yeah.
Cookies.
Basically, at that point, this romance buds. You guys realize what you have in common, and you have one of two options. You either start a cookie company, or a
that came like a year later,
or a spider breeding company.
Hey.
That was 2 years later. The cookies came a year after we got together.
The spiders were all me, man.
So our listening family won't know that, but Shaner actually has another side hobby too, and that's with breeding spiders, right?
Yeah, tarantulas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if one ever enters this office, it will no longer be living.
Oh,
That's sad.
Yeah, I would beat it with a baseball bat.
I think Jen's had one. Do you still?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so Jen's had one.
Yeah,
Dante has several.
Yeah?
yes.
There's
Oh my
several.
gosh,
Yeah.
guys, keep these things.
Colin, I'm telling you, I had severe arachnophobia.
Yeah.
Like, wanted to vomit when I see a
You couldn't even mention a spider. And we went from that to having over 100.
We watched YouTube videos and learned about them and their whole life process and breeding and eating and feeding and everything. And it's amazing. Like, seriously, you should give tarantulas a chance.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, so moving right along.
They're incredible creatures.
There's no way I couldn't mention that. I just had to throw that out there. I want you to do like an April Fool's set one day where it's just like a bunch of little baby spiders coming out of a cookie.
There you go.
That would be cool. I like that.
Cool.
That's more like Halloween, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
true.
there you
Yeah,
go.
that'd be a good one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. You're gonna let me do so Colin's,
go from there?
I thought you were doing great.
Colin's pranking me right now. He's actually getting me to host this whole thing. So you guys met, and that goes from there. So at what point did you decide? I mean, you obviously discussed the passion for cooking. You're the baker,
yes.
right? And so that passion was there, and you did the cakes before. In this business, you primarily work as the decorator, the creative, right?
Yeah, at this point, I do all the designs, all the correspondence with everybody, all the social media.
But you have an amazing social media following.
Yeah, it's grown quite a bit in the past year. I'm pretty proud of that. And they're all true followers too. Our engagement is high with our followers. They comment on things, they talk to us, they reply to our stories. It's awesome. Like, I'm so incredibly grateful for the followers that we have, because they really take a stake in our business and us as people, and we really, really appreciate that.
I mean,
majority of them are local too.
Yeah, they're all
Right.
local customers.
So let's talk about that for a minute, because I think that's super interesting. How many followers do you have on Instagram right now?
We're close to 2,200 right now.
Okay, so, and a lot of it, I mean, your Instagram, food is always traditionally done well on Instagram, right? It's like one of the first things that like really kind of hit with Instagram.
People like to eat.
The phone eats first.
But like, it's basically a portfolio of your work, because you have all the different cookies on there and stuff, and people can kind of see like how detailed these designs are and stuff. And I think that for me, I'm just like, it's just fun to look at. Like, it's just fun to look at and to see it. So every time I'm scrolling and I see like the cookie cache go by, I'm like, I always stop, because I'm like looking at like, okay, who are they doing cookies for? Like, what's the business? What are the details? I'm like looking at the details of the cookie, and it's super interesting.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that's been if I can say that there is a marketing strategy besides word of mouth, it's got to be Instagram, right?
Yeah, Instagram's been great for us.
You're not spending any money on marketing,
No,
right? It's just all organic.
All
word of
organic.
mouth.
We don't buy any ads, any sponsored anything. No. So yeah, we get a lot of our business from word of mouth. People, you take a dozen cookies to a party, 2 dozen cookies to a party, and there's 30 guests there. They're all trying them, they're all seeing them. They're asking, where did these come from? And so you've literally got, 12, 24 edible business cards right there.
For sure.
At your
Edible
table.
business card.
Edible business card. I mean, it works.
Seriously.
It's great.
That's awesome. All right, cool. Moving on.
What's that?
I'm an Instagram fan, so.
Right. No, I mean, really, we always give the guests a chance to plug their social media and stuff after the show. But if you're not driving, if you're watching or listening at home or office, check out the Cookie Cache on Instagram right now. It's TheCookie Cache CACHE, and just kind of scroll through that as you're listening to this, because you're going to see some amazing sets that they've done. I mean, I said this as soon as I came in and we saw the set that they did for us this morning. I'm literally amazed every time I see it. It's just crazy. I'm actually literally a fan of theirs, because the work that they do is just, it blows me away every single time. So definitely check those out.
So real quick, Jen, you spend most of the time on Instagram?
Yeah.
Out of the two of you? Okay, so how much time are you spending like going into other people's accounts, or like just building the relationships online? Like, how much time would you say in a day? Or
Well, according to Instagram, about an hour and a half a day.
okay. I mean, so you're investing some time into doing that.
It's broken up throughout the day. Sometimes I'm just mindlessly scrolling when I need a break. Other times, I have notifications for certain people that I like to see, so I'll turn those on, and when they come through, I'll check them. If I'm on and I'm posting stuff where I'm looking for inspiration for something, I'm scrolling through, and I always try to comment, especially for other local people and businesses, keep up the engagement, keep up the conversation. And it's done really well for us. I mean, we've met a lot of great people, a lot of great businesses. We've really established some great relationships here in Gainesville, and it's awesome.
Okay, cool. So you're doing, and let's talk about one of the interesting parts of your business is that you run it out of your home.
Yes.
Right. So like, and you can kind of explain a little bit about that, because I know that I've had conversations with you guys about when's the right step to kind of take it to a commercial kitchen, and where obviously there's more overhead when you start doing that, and so there's a lot of you're like me, you're bootstrapping this thing, which is great. Like, I think that's awesome, but it's interesting for me to like kind of watch the demand for your products continue to go up. And so I'm always kind of curious as to what the next step is. And
right now we're like on that seesaw where it could go either direction, and we're just kind of balancing in the center, keeping it, where we're not going crazy right now, being overloaded with orders. I have a hard time saying no. I'll get really inspired by a design idea or a theme, and I'm like, oh, I really want to do that. And I know I've already got like 4 or 5 other sets due that week, and of course I'll say yes. And oh, sorry, I'm banging the table.
That's like brought to you by Bang.
No, that's him. I got rain. But yeah, I'll get super inspired by a set and really want to do it. And so we kind of, teeter on that line of this is too much. We shouldn't take this order. And we don't really have the problem of we don't have an order this week. I mean, we've been booked out a month to 2 months in advance since last September.
Yeah,
That's
almost
awesome.
this time last year.
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy.
Constant.
all right, so talk to me about like how. Well, one, what's that called? There was a special name for doing it out
We're
of your
cookie
house.
ears.
Is that what it's
Is that
called?
what
Oh,
you-
you're talking about for doing it out of your house?
Yeah, yeah.
I thought you meant what we were
So
called.
we operate under cottage law.
Okay.
So we don't. There's not the what's the word? Like regulations.
Yeah,
for,
there's
like,
no kitchen
no one has
regulation
to
or
come in and
anything.
like inspect and all of that. So
Okay.
our next step is absolutely going to be like a commercial kitchen. We're probably getting closer to that, like sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Just because at this point we don't have the capacity to be able to take the orders we want to take to
Yeah,
really
we're working out of an
make that happen.
1,100 square foot apartment with 7 people.
Lots of kids.
Yeah,
my
five
gosh.
kids and us too. So lots of vertical space used. Wait, did I say that? Yeah, vertical.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, like sheets stacked to the ceiling.
No, we literally
we have a rack, a baking
baker's rack.
that holds, what is it, 30,
40,
40?
something like that.
Racks?
Trays.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
getting that was a game changer because we used to stack them on top
Yeah,
of each other
one
wherever
on top
they
of
would
the other.
We're like, we got to do something about this, once it became an issue. And so the baker's rack was like,
Lots of
that's been
shelves,
awesome.
big cabinet, baker's rack. So
Yeah, so
vertical
so what
space.
goes into like the thought process of of expanding? When's the right time? What kind of conversations have you guys had around
Lots.
that?
Yeah, has been trying to determine whether we want to go with like a storefront, whether we just want to operate out of a kitchen and she has like a little studio where people can still come pick up orders. I think we're probably leaning more towards like a studio type where she can do all of her work and we don't have the, responsibility, I guess, of having the storefront. And
Yeah, maintaining certain hours or having
Right.
product readily available. It's like we would like to have stuff that's readily available to customers that is not going to kill us, where we can still focus our time on the customization and the details of what we're putting out already. But we have other ideas of how we would like to expand the cookie cache, that a studio would be really great because we have space to go and decorate where we don't have to like clean off a table so the kids can have a snack, which is kind of how it works right now, though we do have a dedicated table now. We used to literally do everything off of the dining room table. So it was like get in, set up, decorate, dinner time, take everything down, feed the kids, clean up, put everything back on the table, decorate, wait till everybody goes to sleep. So we have at least a dedicated space at the time, but it would be really awesome to have a studio somewhere where, like he was saying, I could go in, decorate, with all my stuff laid out, everything's neat and organized, readily available, within reach. And then we would also like to start doing cookie decorating classes too. So, either somebody wants to come in and learn how to do it, they just want to have a fun like date night or
Even just
a
for, like, a
kid's
party or
birthday
something?
party.
Yeah.
Something like that. So a space where we could do something like that would be awesome.
I mean, have you guys even reached out to somebody that way maybe you could share a kitchen or anything like that? I gotta think that there's somebody out there. Maybe somebody's listening and you can help them out. If anybody's listening who can help them out, I mean, I don't know.
There's
brainstorm
kitchens
ideas
that we
all day.
can rent. There's kitchens that we could use that are commercialized and available in that aspect, but that's just, again, extra cost per month. And at this point, we're operating okay out of our home and able to maintain a certain level of income, a certain level of sanity. So it's working for right now. We do have a lot of ideas that are kind of in the works that's going to expand the cookie cache, things that we want to do and pick up within the next year or so. And so we're going to have to look further into something like that, either a commercial kitchen that we use or continuing to bake out of an unlicensed kitchen, but just have a space, like I said, for the decorating classes or for people to at least come and pick up where they're not meeting us in an apartment complex parking lot, which I always feel so sketch about that, walking through the parking lot carrying a box of something, and it's like, how weird does this look right now? At least you can tell it's a bakery box, but yeah, it's like, yeah, I'll meet you in the parking lot. And at least there's no exchange of cash. Everything's paid up front, so, because that would be super weird.
Cookie dealers.
Yeah.
I love it. That's real bootstrap life.
So tell me how the name came about. Like, it's kind of a unique name. It's pretty self-explanatory, but like, how does it come about?
Well, we're not the cookie cache. We get that
Right.
a lot.
Right.
Cache. People
And it's
say
not cash, CASH.
Right.
No.
I think probably what started it was just kind of my background in IT, and we were just kind of kicking names around, and I don't remember
And
at
it was
what
something like
point
having
we
a store of
decided-
cookies, and he was like, cookie cache.
Oh,
It's
like it's like having a cache of cookies, and I was like, cookie cache, clear your cookies in cache, and it just kind of stuck.
It kind of fit. We
And I
went
was
through
like,
quite a few
that's kind
names
of a,
first.
That's kind of a cool name, I thought it was clever, and it kind of fit what we were doing, because at the time we were literally stockpiling cookies around us, so we have this cache of cookies. And
Right.
It worked.
Yep.
Kind of stuck.
It's a good name.
Kind of stuck with it.
I like the alliteration.
All right, so let's talk about the husband-wife dynamic.
Ooh, yeah. That's where things get good.
This is where things get really good, right? I mean, the challenges of working, because we're doing this throughout the entire month of July. One of my favorite things to kind of dive into is the challenges of working with your spouse. So for you guys, we had Chad and Allison in Paris on recently, and they they've got their stuff together really well, and they love working with each other. And it's funny because my wife would be the first to tell you that, and she's like, no, I'm not working with Colin, not in a business sense. So I'm so curious by couples that with that one love it, and then two are like, no, there's definitely a lot there. I mean, for you guys, it definitely seems like you love it, but what are the challenges?
We have very busy lives. I mean, between the kids and homeschooling, and we homeschool 5 kids, well, 3 that are actually homeschool age. The 2 little ones are only 2 years old, but with him working, and he comes home and he's tired, and sometimes the work day carries over into the home life. My day carries over into the end of the day too, and that's probably like our biggest struggle. We love cooking together. We love being in the kitchen together. There's kind of like a rapport with us. We're joking and flirting, and just happy, and that's our time together. Like, that's what we enjoy.
I would say that's
together.
probably where we're at our best together, couple wise, and I think that's kind of what.
It's like a therapy session.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Cool.
We feed off each other's energy in the kitchen. There's certain cases to where I'm baking alone and she's decorating alone, but when we're in there together, it's like we're bouncing ideas off of each other, and
Got
we're
some
like,
good
oh,
music
we could.
playing.
And she's telling me, you could improve this dough by that, and I'm like, you should do that for the decorating, and it's good. It's kind of like therapy, really. But yeah, I think that like she said, the biggest challenge is just being so busy all the time.
It's finding the time to be present when you're
Right.
trying to get out of your head of the rest of the day or other things that have bothered you or whatever. But the good thing is we're really good at communicating with each other. We're really good at, talking and finding that time to be with each other, and that's what helps make it work, for sure.
I mean, do you see this becoming something that's like super full time?
That's
that's the plan.
Goal. Yeah. And we're going to eventually just have to jump in with both feet. And we've talked about that, back and forth at what point is the right time, and I don't think there really is going to be
August
a right
is
time.
definitely not the right time.
No, we've literally had this conversation. We're like, we have to get Shane through
It's
August.
probably by like the start of 2020, we're probably really going to buckle down and get serious about finding a space, finding our direction. Like she said, we have a bunch of ideas on how to expand, because our capability doesn't stop at just cookies, as you can see by the brownies. Like
Right.
we have many other like offerings. Like we can pretty much bake anything, and I tell people that always. You know, if you have us in mind, you know, for an event, we can do cakes, we can do cupcakes. We just don't like advertise that.
Yeah. So how much time are you guys spending on, like, I guess the future, right? The planning, or you? Because it seems like, based on the fact that you're on a long wait all the time, it's like we gotta keep baking, gotta keep doing the cookies, gotta keep decorating, gotta keep doing all this. But like, are you carving out time to make
Kind
that?
of when we can.
When we
Just
can, yeah.
It's literally like, you know, oh, we have 30 spare minutes. It's like, what did you want to talk about? Okay, yeah, let's get that. We need to make that order, and we got that order done. All right, good. All right, go, cookies, go. And then we get, 2 hours later, we got 30 minutes. Let's talk about, what, do we need those colors? It's like, you want to go to the pearlescent? Like things like that. And it just, whenever we can, it's literally just, all right, we have a second. Let's figure some stuff out.
Yeah.
So we haven't, and I tell her all the time, like, we need to sit down and have a business meeting. we need to spend like 5 straight hours, and it. Sometimes we have those opportunities.
Yeah,
but
Mom will
not-
take the kids and we'll sit down with a notebook. We keep a notebook of ideas all the time. And so
Various
if you were to ask
notebooks.
us, like, how much time do we spend on thinking about the future, that's one thing, because I'm in my head all the time. Shane's in his head all the time. We're constantly thinking and coming up with ideas and going over them in our heads and trying to figure out what the next step is. And since we're not always next to each other with him working it, it's like, okay, wait until later and bounce this idea. Or, oh, text them really quick and talk about this really quick. Oh, don't let me forget, I have this idea, or whatever the case may be. But then we also have this times, like I said, Mom will take the kids and we will sit down with the notebook and we'll just literally like write everything out, like this, and this. And then we'll go back and we'll like, okay, let's talk about this subject. What do we want to do about this? And we'll just literally write everything down.
We
We'll
have
take
notebooks
out
everywhere.
notebooks everywhere, calendars, planners, and we planned our entire month of May and June out like a month in advance,
Yeah.
just to make sure we're baking this day, we're decorating this day, we're doing this day. Oh, this is Pride Day, so we need to make sure we missed it actually because we're so super busy. But yeah, we plan everything out, or at least try to. Because that's one way that we can keep our sanity. That's one way that we can keep organized and make sure that we hit on everything that we want to hit on.
And get the content out, for social media and stuff like that. So we try and plan that, oh, like today is a special day. Let's try and do something, and
Yeah, content creation is something that we're wanting to get more into.
on
to
top
kind
of the customization and the orders that we take. Because right now the bulk of our stuff is custom orders. Anything that you see on our Instagram is something that someone ordered. And we want to get to the point to where we can kind of focus on like making something like super awesome, just
like Stranger Things is coming out on.
yeah.
Well, it'll have been out 4 days after this air, or 4 days before this airs, and so we're already talking about like creating some sort of content for Stranger Things. Our kids love Stranger Things. We spent the last day.
Yeah.
And tattling because he wasn't at work yesterday. We spent the entire day watching Stranger Things. He and I hadn't seen the entire, what do you call it?
Series?
Series, yeah. I couldn't think of the word. So we watched the entire season 1 yesterday.
Did you like it?
Oh,
It's awesome. Yeah,
it's awesome.
It's really
I
cool.
give it a 6 out of 10.
The kids are super like in love with it. They really identify with like the characters, and they're constantly looking them up and seeing what they're into and watching bloopers and stuff like that. And so it's something that brings them excitement and joy, and it's you want to
pop
connect with
culture,
them
too.
in some way. Yeah.
My kids like it too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good because for like the parents right now, it feels like being back. It's like set in like the 80s,
80s,
right?
Mhm. Right.
Yeah, 83. It was like a month before I was born.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense from that standpoint. But I give it a 6 out of 10. I'm sorry.
good.
It's
I like
it's
it.
okay. It's fun to like watch it with
There
the
are
kids and.
Definitely worse things we could watch with the kids.
Yeah, for sure.
There are
Yeah,
some
yeah,
things
yeah.
we walk in
Oh,
and
of
we're like,
course.
oh, let's turn that off. That's horrible.
Some
But-
shows nowadays are just like, how is that a show? Why is this entertainment? Why? Have high standards, man. The 90s were awesome as far as that goes. Nickelodeon is nothing like it used to be.
No.
Okay.
It's funny. I saw some sort of like timeline of Nickelodeon shows.
Yeah.
It was like just a video, and it showed like clips of different shows, like year after year after year. And I could tell exactly when I stopped watching Nickelodeon because I'm like, oh yeah.
No.
I don't remember that one. Definitely don't remember that one. I just can't. It was funny.
Sure.
So tell me a little bit about like how you guys determine, pricing or minimum quantity? Do you even have minimum quantities?
Yep, we have a set of guidelines that we've pretty much spelled out in our order request form. We send everybody through the order request form because it's a really simple way. I don't want to say to weed out orders, but once you've read our order request form, you know how to order, when to order, how much it's going to cost you at the minimum, what the minimum order is going to be, all about pickup, delivery, and everything. So we kind of like lay it out in the very
stops
beginning.
A lot of the back and forth.
That's so good. I mean, what made you create that?
Okay, so can't tell you how many messages we've gotten, and people have sent us inspiration photos, mostly cookies that other cookiers have done, and they're like, I want to get the set. My kid's turning 5. Can you do this? Yeah, absolutely. So we'll sit and we'll talk back and forth, and then they tell us how many they want, and we're like, well, it's this price. Our minimum is, a dozen cookies, $48 right now is the starting price. And they're like, I didn't want to pay like more than $20. And I've sat there and spent this much time talking to them, when I could have been doing other things. And it's not that I don't want to interact and talk with them or whatever, you know what I mean? But from a business,
you got lots of
aspect,
cookies to decorate.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to kind of shave that time down. Time is super important to us. We have a lot going on. We have a lot of people to take care of. We have a lot of orders to do. And that's just a really good way to be like, hey, this is where we're at. This is what we can do. These are the terms, and if you don't like it, then I'm sure you can probably find somebody who will do it for you at a lesser price, and that's fine. You got to start somewhere, and that's just, we have a set minimum for a reason.
Yeah. I mean, it's super interesting to me because even in the repaint world right now, like the stuff that's going on with our new media agency, I can't tell you how many clients I've interacted with that we've really had to not start over. I mean, these are established companies, like they know what they're doing, especially on the day-to-day and the operation side and stuff. But I find a lot of people where it's like, it's from the marketing and the media side, I'm kind of coming into it and I'm like, are you targeting the right customer? I'm like, have you thought about making this adjustment, or you know what I mean? And just like really trying to define who their perfect client is. Yeah. Because I think I find a lot of times that, a lot of people would take that $20 order, right? So you said where people are like, I only got $20. Like, oh, okay, well we can do this for that, right?
Yeah.
And they take that $20 order, but then what happens is that leads to referrals from the $20 orders, and you get a lot more $20 orders instead of spending the time really defining who that client, the perfect customer is, who your perfect customer is, and going after that and getting more referrals from that client, right? And so it's super interesting to me right now because I don't know, you said that and it's something that's like going on in my world right this second, and I think it's just important to kind of define who that client is. And I think it's brilliant they have a form that lays it out very, very transparent.
You could probably go back and look at our Instagram feed and see at the exact moment when we decided to do that. Because
really, that's so interesting.
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we've been that $20 cookier. You start out and you're not so sure of your abilities, or you don't have that clientele yet. You really want to take an order because you either love the theme or you just want to get content out there. And so we've definitely been there. When I first began cakes, I made a lot of pretty awesome cakes for relatively no money, and spent way more time, energy, and products creating something that I was super proud of and was able to create content from. But we're humble people. We've all started from somewhere, and so I'm not gonna deny and say that I never did that or that we never did that. We absolutely have, and that's okay. Like you said, you got to start somewhere, but taking that step and moving from that point on to the next is hard. It's scary. Yeah. But when you define, like you said, your perfect customer, and you set those standards, you set those guidelines, it works. Like it literally changed our clientele. It changed who contacted us. It changed, like you said, the referrals. And we thought we were going to lose business when we changed our pricing. And
we had a couple of people that were sticker shock. Like
literally one person who was a past client of ours was like, "I'm not paying that much." Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like we just went through that with the scooter dealership on the storage. I mean, we had one person because we had increased the price a little bit. Our overhead has continued to go up, you know, and the demand for our storage is through the roof, you know. And so we had one person who left us a negative review. I mean, they left a 1-star review and they were complaining about the price.
Yeah.
Yet we did just as many units as we did last year. And we made more money, and the price was justified. I mean, like because of our overhead and because of the value that we're offering, right? So,
vanilla and butter are expensive.
Yeah, I mean, well,
time is expensive.
We just had to tell that customer, you know, like I'm really sorry that you feel that way. Like, I can, you know, try to help you find another place to store it or something. You know, like I don't know. I mean.
There's always going to be somebody that's going to find the value in what you're offering.
Right.
And they don't have to take it. It's not a necessity. You could keep your scooter out in the rain and, you know, pay for the repairs later on or not, you know. With us, you can order these awesome cookies and get great tasting and beautiful cookies or not. It's
totally your choice.
Your choice. It's like, this is what we're offering. This is, like, just the other day we had a request for an order and we told her the minimum. And she's like, oh, well, you know, it's just for a 1-year-old. Can I just get basic shapes with one color? We don't do that. You know, and it sounds awful to say. I almost feel bad saying it, but it's a waste of our time to do cookies for anything less than what our minimum is. And even that we've considered changing too, because the amount of time that we put into corresponding and shopping for ingredients and, you know, putting it together to the dough, the design process, you know, making the icing, making the dough, baking, the energy that the stove puts out and that we pay for. I mean, dear you, God. You know, it's just like that minimum has to be set for a reason. It's like, it's literally not worth our time to do it for any less. And I think our customers and our following, we have such a great fan base. They really understand that.
Yeah, no, for sure. The one thing I could say that I feel kind of has helped in those situations throughout my entrepreneurial career is just it's trying to establish like a place to refer them, you know. So when that happens, you're like, oh, I'm so sorry, that's not what we do as a business, but here are some friends of ours that would be happy to take care of that for you.
And we do the same thing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So I think that's the best thing that you can do in those situations. But yeah, I think it's great that you've clearly defined that customer, because
we had to. It was a really good thing to do for us. It definitely put us in the right direction, and we're so happy that we did.
Definitely took it to the next level, which at the time we were trying to do. And like she said, it was really scary to finally be like, all right, you know what, we're going to do this and hope it sticks. And we haven't had, you know, that one person. And
no, that was it.
I mean, we have people that are still like, that's a little too much. And it's like, all right, totally understand.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any, like, you know, idols or like people that you look up to in the industry?
Oh yeah,
like, oh, I want to be like this person.
There's a few cookiers that I'm like absolutely in love with. The painted box, Angela Nino is her name, and yeah, I'm like a starstruck fan of hers. Yeah. Oh my god, that's my total cookie crush. Her is my cookie crush. Yeah, like that's I've had to message her before because I've, you know, commented on stuff so much or liked so much or shared her stuff or tagged her in things and been like, I swear I'm not a stalker, I just love you. But then she has like this completely unique creative style that when you see a photo of her stuff, like, you know it's her. And there's a couple other cookiers that are like that too. And that's kind of a personal goal for me, as the kind of creative side of the cookies, is I want to be that one day. You know, maybe I'm there, I have no idea. I'm always going to be my own worst critic, but I want to be able to post a photo and somebody be like, oh, that's Cookie Cash, that's Jen. I know that style of photo. I know that design. I know, you know, that's her work. And a lot of our customers say that to us too. Like, they'll go to a party and they'll be like, oh my God, I thought that was your stuff.
Yeah, you can recognize it by the detail. That is such a great lesson in branding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The fact that when somebody can see your cookie and know that that's a Cookie Cash cookie, I mean, when you get to that, for me as a marketer, brander, like, I love that.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're just, I don't know, it's just awesome.
Talk a little bit about the art and the expectation side of things. My first question is like, when customers contact you, are they generally giving you a blank slate? Like, how much information are they giving you, and how much is open for your interpretation of how you decorate and that kind of thing?
You'd be surprised. I will just get a request form, and it's like, Jake is turning 4 and Octonauts. I just did that set this weekend. That's why I thought about that. And they let me run with it. I never am told the shapes or the colors. Sometimes the colors, like if they have
Sometimes
a wedding
they'll
or
give
something.
you like a invitation or something. They're like, here, it looks like this. This is
Right. Or specific colors, like if it's a wedding usually, or a bridal shower or something like that, they'll tell me specific colors. But as far as like the design goes, what cutters to use or what to put into the design, I barely get any information. I'll ask like the pertinent details, and then I think about it consistently for like hours and days and days. And then I take all my cookie cutters and just kind of throw them on the table, and I'll, I've thought about it for a while, so I'm like, I know how I want this one to fit, and I know this is going to look good on this shape, and how. Oops, sorry. I keep hitting it. The hands. And so I'll throw out my cookie cutters and I'll put them all together and see how they look together, and then I'll trace them on paper and then kind of rough sketch it onto the paper, and then I'll give it to him with like numbers that are circled, and
that's how many
he
shapes
takes
we
it.
need.
So I feel like that's a good bad thing, because I feel like sometimes like as an artist, you want that blank slate. You want to be able to create whatever you want to create, right? But when you're getting such limited feedback, the customer doesn't realize that they have an expectation, and then when they're met with it, they're like, that's not really what I wanted. I do that. I do that all the time when I get my hair cut. Like, I'm not that picky, so I'll sit down and say, you're the stylist, you're the pro. Just make me look pretty. Like that's all I care about. And then they'll do something, and I'm not hard to please, but I'm like, maybe I did care if they did that. Like, so I mean, are you ever met with that where like? That's awesome. That's awesome.
That is something that we're constantly worried
we think about.
Though.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, that thing it's off by like a quarter of a centimeter. Someone's gonna notice that, or that color's like a little bit wrong. And it's like we go over this and over.
Or how are you gonna
like,
do this set and not
like,
include like this shape or something?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I don't think we've ever had anyone complain at all. People are always like, "This is just met expectations."
Exceeded my expectations is usually the comment we get.
So
it's like we see this in the video stuff. It's like, you're. This is funny because especially in the media agency, I've gotten a lot of education recently and all this since we started this in August, right? It's like the client's paying, right? Like they're paying you, and they're hiring you to do the service, and you go in, you create this beautiful, the team goes and they create this beautiful piece of art, and I'm like, yes, this is perfect. This is so beautiful. Like the messaging is right, like everything. And then somebody will, the client will want to change something. And they'll like, oh, let's do this. And I'm like, yeah. No, like, I really wish you wouldn't. Like, we will, but I really wish you wouldn't, because that's not as cool.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I'm like, and I come thinking to myself, I'm like, and you kind of hired the experts in it, so like, why don't you let the experts do their thing? But at the same time, they're the paying client,
right?
And then from the other side of that, I'm kind of like, well, if you do what the client wants, then other agencies are gonna judge your work
based on
like other people see what you've done, and they're like, oh, like that's not so great right there. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, but the client wanted that.
Right.
Like there's like this push and pull. Yeah, there's like balance, which is, I don't know. It's interesting to me. It's like hiring, it'd be like hiring an architect to build us, some beautiful state of the art dealership, but then being like, yeah, but I don't really like that or whatever, just like changing. But you don't want to tell the architect how to do their job, because you want to get like the creativity of the architect. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, you could go back in time and commission Da Vinci to make a painting for you because you love Da Vinci, and then the one he makes for you, you're like, man, I had a lot of high expectations for this. I don't love it, Like, I mean, that's a reality. Like, I think you look at a portfolio and you're like, tattoos are the same way, cookies are the same, like, there's a high floor. Like, if you're familiar enough with the work, you kind of just trust that it's going to be it's going to meet your minimum expectations, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But
we just had that situation recently. There was a mother and daughter who wanted graduation cookies, and she's like, well, we're looking at a couple of different people who do cookies. I have no idea who they were looking at.
Sure.
But she's like, let me talk to my daughter and see which person she wants to go with. And she came back and she's like, well, she likes your cookies the best. And so us having that portfolio and that background and something for people to, refer back to and look at, they know pretty much what they're going to get, you know?
Yeah.
So
At least from a quality standpoint.
And I'm a perfectionist when it comes. That's probably why it takes me so long to do cookies. It's like if a line's not completely straight or if there's a smudge somewhere, I'm taking the extra time to make sure that it looks perfect because, I'm putting my name on it. I know it's going to get photographed. I know it's going to get shared. I know it's probably not going to get looked at as intricately as I do. But if I know it's there, it's going to bother me. You guys are in a unique position when you're doing videos and stuff for people because you have that gray area where you can go and edit it. Once we give somebody a cookie, that's it.
Yeah.
You're just like, you know what? Eat it.
right.
Worst case scenario, it's going to be delicious.
Yeah. No, it's
So.
I don't know. It's interesting. It's fun because we just did that video for Lance, and they gave us
Lance Scooters is one of our
scooters.
scooter
It's a
distributors.
scooter distributor, and they gave us complete creative control. Like there was literally no direction.
Awesome.
Besides like,
Those are my favorite.
hey, show the scooter. Yeah, exactly. And it's interesting because the idea that the team created, which had like art in the background and the scooter, and it was both were flashing and changing. Like I never would have come up with that idea because I'm just not that talented.
Yeah.
Like they're way more talented than I am. And then I saw that they came up with this idea, and I'm like, this is incredible. And like I look at that, and I'm like, the client never would have had that idea. You know what I mean? And I'm like, and that's the part that that inspires me when a lot of the clients they just give us
Trust the experts.
They give the creative control and just like, just do your thing. We can't wait to see what it looks like.
Yep.
But anyway.
Do you never feel limited by that? Or someone just saying, hey, do your thing. It's like, well, I need to start somewhere.
That sparks like it lights a fire in me.
No writer's block.
When somebody's
no
like, I want this specific thing, or this specific shape, that's when I'm limited. I'm like,
Super
but I
uninspired.
don't like that one, or I don't, it'll look better like that. Like you said, it'll look better like
But she
this.
has a problem too. It's like if you charge somebody $4 a cookie and she wants to give you an $8 cookie, So it's like I want this to be. Oh, but you know what? That would look really
This would look so
Or,
cool.
oh, you know what? No. Oh man. And she's like, man, I'm really undercharging for this now. So it's like that's more of a problem. Is that?
Yeah, for sure.
You get more for
We should
for
make
your
a
money,
cookie
for sure.
and let people bid on it and see it.
Well, our cookies have been in a silent auction before. We did
Yeah.
it was a gift certificate for Baca. That's right.
I would have paid you $1,000 for that cookie with my face on it.
Oh,
No. Hey man, bidding starts now. And it's to you.
You win! Congratulations. No, I mean it's super incredible. It's even cool to see my signature, my initials on there. I don't know. It's neat.
So we do the cookies, you do the brownies. What else do you do?
Oh man.
I know you said you don't advertise them, but I'm gonna let you advertise it now.
Cool. Yeah, we do all kinds of different cakes. We can do cupcakes. I mean,
French macarons.
French macarons are a big thing that we do. Macaroons.
I was
too.
gonna say, I'm
They are
glad you
not
said
the
macarons,
same.
because that's the hill I'm gonna die on. Tell us
not
what the
the
difference
same.
between a macaron and a macaroon is.
A macaroon, okay, is coconut based. It is a pile of coconut.
Coconut sugar and egg whites.
Is almond based. It is almond, powdered sugar, and egg whites. So
They're exactly the same. I don't know. what
They're
you're
nowhere
talking
near the
about.
same. So I actually keep.
they're not.
Shaner knows this, and I think I've shown it to Jen. Jen over here. Not that Jen. Anyway.
Genesis.
Jen Charles. I keep this meme on my phone at the ready whenever people say macaroons and they mean macarons.
That's awesome.
And I'll share it with you if you want to put it on the page. But that is literally one of the hills I want to die on every time someone's like, "Oh, I went to this place and they had macaroons." I'm like, "Did they really have macaroons or did they have macarons?" There's a difference. There's a really big difference. That's not even like splitting hairs being semantical. It's like calling a chocolate chip cookie an oatmeal raisin cookie because it has the word cookie in it, and that's not a really bad example. But it's like they're nowhere near the same thing.
Chocolate chips are not raisins.
Right. But
We have this passive aggressive way of educating people when they say macaroon or macaron. It's kind of bitchy, but due to allergy reasons, do you mean macaroon as in coconut, or do you mean macaron as in almond?
I don't think that's bitchy at all. I think that's brilliant. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start like working it into it. Like, so if you had an allergy, do you actually need macaroon or?
That's funny.
I don't know. It drives me crazy, but.
But we got to wrap up in a minute. But
Okay.
before we do, I want to know, like, what's been the biggest failure so far? Was it just the cake stuff that was like when things were?
That was years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Have you had a cookie failure?
It's tough.
I don't know.
There, I mean, we've had batches of macarons not.
Or like
turn out.
business, anything in business, like a deal that went bad, anything that I could learn from?
I honestly can't think of
I don't
any.
think
I mean,
so.
there's been like some moments where we've been down to the wire on pushing, a
Like
deadline.
deadlines and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
I don't think that's in
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, it's pretty common, I think.
Sometimes you're going to be late for your shift, but
Yeah.
no, I don't think we've had. And knock on wood, I'm going to knock on your table, Colin. So enjoy the.
Actually, intent.
No, I don't think we've had like any major fails.
That's cool.
Or huge fails. Not any that I can think of off the top of my head. I guess they weren't lasting impressions if they did happen.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So-
we've always had some push deadlines that are tight restraints on deadlines. But
And in terms of like what's next, we're just very focused. Like 2020,
Yeah.
hopefully
We-
having our own place.
yeah, like a cookie studio.
Anything else involved with that?
Yes, we are going to be rolling out dessert table options soon. So being able to provide like the brownies, the cupcakes, the cookie cakes,
Dessert shooters, that kind of stuff.
yeah.
I want to get into making chocolate, like truffles, bonbons, stuff like that.
Yeah. Shane's
there's-
an excellent baker. His time is completely underutilized. I mean, it takes him no time to, put dough together and roll it
Yeah.
out and bake it. I mean, I say no time. It could definitely be improved
Definitely
on in
takes
time.
time.
It does take time, but
There's a
he's
lot
got this
more that I could
process.
do.
Yeah, and there's a lot more that he could do that could really contribute to the expansion of our business. Dessert tables are one of the things. He's an excellent baker. I've got an eye for the design and the visual aspect of everything. And so combining those two things, I feel like that's an area where we can focus. We also, like we were talking about earlier, we want to get in on content creation, creating things where people are going to say, oh, wow, I saw that awesome Stranger Things set that you guys made. We've got a movie premiere coming up. We'd love to have a set of cookies for
Right.
XYZ, you know what I mean? And so we want to kind of branch off into that aspect of business. And we've also talked about getting a 3D printer for custom cookie cutters and other things that would really help out, the business side of what we do. Being able to create a completely custom cutter for, either like our realtors who come to us for gift box sets or whatever the case may be. Or like I've got this great idea for a birthday cookie cutter that would look awesome in a set, whatever the case is. So we've got a lot of ideas in the works, time, money.
Yeah, so how do you prioritize all of those ideas? I mean,
What we have the time for now, what we're able to do now, what we're able to invest in at the moment.
you just keep an ongoing list. And
We
then-
do, and we just kind of
Those
check
are
it
these
off as
ones?
we can go along. Yeah, whatever we
Pretty
can
much.
work into it. We've been working with Angela with Avi, and she's been great for referring us for other events and working together.
Yeah, the referrals got it. I mean, that's obviously huge for you guys.
Yeah, for sure. And we've got a big event coming up in November that we're going to be staging a whole wedding at a location here in town. I don't know if we're allowed to say like where it's at or what it's going to be about yet.
Sure.
But we're working with a couple of other local businesses, and we're going to stage a whole wedding scene
It's
with
gonna
desserts and photography and
kind of debut our dessert
our dessert table. Mhm.
And that's where we're really kind of putting all of our energy into as far as making that event perfect. Like, this is what our dessert tables are going to look like.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
And that'll be just in time for like that whole spring wedding season. That'll
Right.
be right around the corner because that's going to be in November. And so we're super excited.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Good for you guys. I'm pumped for
Thanks.
you.
thanks, man.
And if there's anything that we can do to help, just let us know.
This was really awesome just to be on. Because I was
Yeah,
so
sure.
nervous this morning coming in here, but it's kind of chill once you're actually like
Yeah.
in,
Yeah, of
talking
course.
and in front of the
I
microphones
mean,
and
you're just
everything.
like having a conversation with
Yeah.
me. It ain't that big of a deal. Anybody, if you ever get invited to be on the podcast, you guys don't be nervous. We get a lot of people that are nervous, and I mean, I get it. There's like all these fancy lights and cameras and stuff like in your face, but
Colin's only intimidating for the first 5 minutes.
yeah, I mean, after
You know?
that, it's like no big deal.
Yeah. After that, you just have to learn to put him in his place. But.
So, well, I mean, I know that he already said the Instagram account, but what other social platform? I mean, that's where you're the most active. right?
We're on Facebook too. We have over 600 followers on Facebook, but
You spend all your time on.
I don't really get on it too much.
Okay. Website, like where if people want to place an order.
So we have links both on Instagram and Facebook that will direct you right to our cookie request to order. So you can just go click the link and put in the order. You can
Okay.
always email us. We get very few phone calls. Most people just kind of want to chat, and that's cool.
We
'Cause
do
can-
own the cookiecash.com, but
Yeah.
we haven't developed it yet.
No,
Our
we
website.
want to. That's another thing we want to do as well. We want to rebrand. Kind of redefine our logo and our color scheme and fonts and all of that, and make ourselves recognizable to the community. Somebody sees them, oh, that's definitely the Cookie Cache, and so that's something that's in the works as well. But yeah, we do have the cookiecache.com. There's nothing there. Instagram, Facebook, and then we also have a Pinterest that we're working on right now, because I know that's a really good way to, through hashtags and photos, able to direct people. Like somebody's looking to plan a wedding in Gainesville that's got the proper hashtags on it. They're going to see it, they're going to pin it, and they're going to be directed right back to our social media
Real quick,
pages.
can you guys ship them, or is it just logo?
So we can ship them theoretically. We are not allowed to because we're under cottage law.
Okay,
so
so-
if we do ship, we have to make the cookies out of a commercial kitchen.
Okay.
And ship
So
them
like,
that way.
come 2020, you may end up making that change or something like
Yeah.
that, and that's something that could be in the works.
Yeah.
For sure.
Very good.
Which
Or
is
we
gonna-
could borrow a kitchen in the meantime for a certain order and go and
That
make it there
opens
and
a
then ship
whole
it, yeah.
whole different market. That takes it out of
Yeah,
because
yeah.
right now we're all local. Every order we get is within a 10-mile radius of where we.
Though
make
our
the
cookies have
at.
traveled to other states and other countries. We've shipped as far as Japan for somebody, but that was an unpaid order, somebody who wanted cookies, so it
Yeah.
didn't really meet the scope of cottage law.
Right.
That's fine line.
Cool.
But yeah.
Great.
I took some to New Orleans once, and they held up pretty well.
Yep.
So.
We just had some that traveled to Texas and somewhere else
Connecticut,
recently.
wasn't it?
I don't know.
Cool.
They've been all over.
Well, I'm excited to see what happens for you guys.
Thanks.
man.
Keep up the good work. Keep making those cookies. Thank you for these cookies.
Absolutely.
You're welcome.
Can't wait to eat my
Awesome.
face later. You guys, everybody, thank you so much for listening. This is WHOA GNV pod. Oh, wait.
Wait, yeah, you had a thing.
I had this thing highlighted. I can't even
it's
do
in
this.
all caps.
I mean,
Literally, he almost
Genesis.
forgot it.
Genesis worked so hard to make sure that this was on here so that I wouldn't forget, and I almost forgot.
I wasn't gonna let you.
I was so epic. You guys, I completely forget to tell people this because we're just so busy. We put this podcast out in so many different forms and so many different platforms. Is it on Pandora yet? Did we get that figured out? Pandora just started doing podcasts too. We're trying to get it on Pandora, but it's not. I don't think it's quite there yet. But we're on Spotify. It's everywhere. You guys can listen to everywhere. I know that the majority of people are listening on iTunes, and then on video, it's on Facebook and YouTube, of course. But you guys, we play a little clip from every podcast, not every podcast, like from a podcast daily on our Alexa skill. We have an Alexa skill. If you go to your flash briefings, you go look up WHOA GNV podcast, you're going to find our Alexa skill, and then you can wake up and you can say, Alexa, start my day, or Alexa, read me my flash briefing, and she will play a little clip from a previous podcast, which is good to get your daily podcast
That's
fill.
pretty cool.
It's just a little clip, So you guys, go download our Alexa skill. I'd love to know what you think of it. Maybe we'll even start creating some custom content for it at some point in the future. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you for writing it on here and putting it in yellow, Genesis. And I apologize that I almost forgot, but I'm so glad that I didn't.
You did press record today, right? You did press record today, right?
I did, yeah. It's only happened once.
We only got 4 minutes in.
You guys, this is the WHOA GNV podcast, the podcast bringing you businesses and individuals that make you go, whoa. We will see you later. Bye.
Gainesville, Box today.